Welcome back to Breakout. Between the episodes, I figured out a little bit more about this early quest that we were actually looking at, and I thought I'd just cover that, the Crossroads quest. Remember I was talking about these? These are all, or these 4 blocks, are all to do with getting towards a diamond pickaxe. It's the only sort of thing you can get through these walls with, this escape tier wall. If I just go to a pickaxe, you'll see it says harvest level escape. You look at that, it has a diamond pickaxe. Diamond pickaxe is diamonds, blizz rods, which, well, we need to find out how to get from blizz powder probably, and that is, well, that's circular. From cryothium dust, it looks like. Yeah, cryothium dust is snowballs and blizz powder, so that's no good. What else do we have an option of? We can turn, well, basically turn liquid XP into blizz powder through snowballs. So that might be an option, or essence of knowledge. So that's probably a mob farm. And the other thing is this greenstone gem. And the greenstone gem is made through an empowerer with these blocks that we were making. The vibrant alloy, the enderium, the empowered emeraldic crystal, and a singularity. Singularity comes from applied logistics 2. Okay, so we know we need to get through Botania and applied logistics 2, or at least to the point of making a singularity anyway, to be able to get through these walls. And it's not just these walls into the side rooms. Also, if you have a look here, this and this, the space going to be up and above us. So what's going to be outside of here, we don't know. And maybe that is breaking out to the final tier. Maybe it's just more bedrock beyond it. Not sure what it is yet, but yep, that'll at least be a larger space for us to expand into. So let's get started with Botania first. So in between the episodes, I crafted, first of all, a wand of the forest. It's very straightforward to actually make. Just some living wood twigs, which is just some living wood, basically like you make sticks, similar kind of things with living wood, and a couple of petals, and then you can put down a mana spreader. Mana spreader is again just living wood with a gold and another petal. Also a mana pool. Mana pool is just living rock, just like this kind of a shape. And you'll get, it's not that, and you'll get the mana pool, and I've got another mana spreader, and then I made a runic altar. Runic altar is the opposite. It's just basically this recipe, this recipe, but with a mana pearl or mana diamond in there, which is just a diamond or a pearl thrown into a mana pool. Now, as part of one of the other quests, you will get given the ability to automate this sort of mana setup. Not very well, but it does get you started. And the only way to really do that in the early game there is to basically put down a pressure plate, and you have a dropper, and then when the coal lands on the pressure plate, it stops the dropper from dropping more. So then these ender flames can actually absorb it. Of course, the idea is probably better that we don't want to actually use ender flames for long. We want to move up to at least thermal lilies, if not something better. So in the quest book, if you have a look over here in Botania, you'll see I filled out a few of the basic ones because they are basic. Here's that automation I was talking about: an open crate, a wooden pressure plate, some oak wood slabs, and a hopper. So yeah, that's a few options there. I'm not going to worry about it for now, but I may do in a little while. In the meantime, we've got to do 2 things: mana transformations, and we've got to do runic altar. Mana transformations gets us toward the catalyst, which lets you duplicate up various things with mana among other uses. And then runic altar on this side, that's done, but the second page requires us to make each of the runes. So if we have a look at the runes, there's quite a few. So rune of water, you can see we've got a bunch of different stuff we have to actually make and then create. So mana powder, I think, is the one that we will. Who wants you want to get mana powder? Mana infusion. Yeah, any sort of dust will turn into mana powder, so that's fine. I'm going to go, first of all, and just look at the other side. It's easier. Mana diamond, we've already done. Mana powder, we just need to get some gunpowder or something. I think I have some gunpowder. Or even red, yeah. Well, either one of those will do, actually. Yeah, let's just get half of the gunpowder and turn that into that, because we use redstone for other stuff. And then we just want, I think it's some iron for mana steel. I know it sounds like it's weird, iron for mana steel. It's not steel, but yep, there we go. So if we just put one of you in there, that's enough for that quest. And then if we put one of this gunpowder in there, we'll get the mana powder. That's all 3 of those. That gets us 4 mana pearls, which are useful as well. And then we're on to catalyst. So alchemy catalyst. So catalyst. So that's going to need a couple of brewing stands, mana pearls, and living rock, which we've already got most of. the mana pearls we've got. We just need a couple of brewing stands, which needs a couple of blaze rods. So I need to go and get some more blaze powder sorted out and make sure I've got some living wood in my inventory because I may well need it. So let me just go and craft that. I did tidy up around here as well, so hopefully this is really, really tidy now, ready to fill in with more machines. I did put the A2 stuff over here, so you get given this fairly early, and it generated power over here by just putting an ender tank near the canola oil, and anything excess over there will come through over this side. So I can put an oil generator here, and this will basically power up this energy cell, keep a fair amount of storage space. And then there's this energy acceptor here, and there's a charger, and I've got a few bits and pieces of stuff from those quests. So if you have a look back here, I did ask a few days ago if people wanted me to go through A2, but people said, oh, it's sort of, yeah, they didn't want to see more of it. So I've just gone through these first 3 quests. We've left the rest because the rest we'll need to do anyway. But the important one is this condensed, quest, which is basically a singularity, and singularities is one of those things we need for singularity. One of the things we need for the diamond pickaxe. So we need a matter condenser for that, and then we need to put in a 64K, I think, and then throw stuff into this. Generally, you want to probably throw stuff like cobblestone into it, but that's relatively straightforward to actually make a matter condenser. So we probably want to do that fairly early because it takes a while to actually build up a singularity. Singularities are normally used to link 2 separate A2 systems together, so if you've got them across dimensions, you'd use them to do that once you've got the quantum entangled version. But we're not going to worry about it, we just need to get this basic matter condenser. Now, there is no A2 stuff on this pack, which means there is no advanced inscriber, just the regular ones. Unfortunately, because I love the advanced inscriber, and similarly, the crystal growth chamber, it doesn't exist either. Which is also A2 stuff, if I remember rightly. There is just the crystal growth accelerator, and you generally put 4 of those around some water, and then have to throw stuff in, and then it grows. Stuff like the Certus quartz seed will grow if it's in water, or in water near these crystal growth accelerators anyway. So we've got a bunch of stuff to do. To get started, I'm going to go and do some of those Botania runes because they're relatively straightforward and boring. I'll show you. Excuse me, I'll show you one of them, but beyond that, I'll just craft them off camera. So crafting one of these things, so we're just going to put a mana powder onto there, a mana steel. What else do we need? A bone meal, we need sugarcane and fishing rod. Okay, so, or dried up sugarcane will work as well. So we'll just, whoops, that's the wrong door. This is why I want to get rid of these walls. I want to get rid of the walls so I don't need these doors anymore. Dried up sugarcane, that's there. Bone meal, that's there. And what was the other last one? Last one is a fishing rod, which we just need some sticks and some string, I guess. Yeah, let's just grab some string from over here. From our handy free string route. No, it's started to break now. It's so annoying that it does that. There we go. Free string. Okay. So 1 fishing rod it is. And we'll just dump that onto the altar with everything else. Where's my Botania room? There we go. Just go out to color the walls. So that is 3 things. 4 things. And where's the last thing? Bone meal. Okay. So that is going to be used by this mana spreader. Basically, we'll feed stuff from this mana pool towards there. Now, if you're wondering how to get your mana spreader to point like this, it's just basically using your wand of the forest. You can right-click on this, or shift right-click, and then aim it at a particular mana pool. Mana spreaders will pull a mana from anywhere nearby. This one doesn't have to be aimed because it's just going to pull from whatever mana is nearby, which happens to be this pool. So its front is pointing out towards this side. To finish, all you need to do, if you haven't used Botania before, is just throw, I think it's living rock. Is it living rock or is it just regular rock? Yep, that looks fine. And then we just need the wand of the forest. And there we go. So you get a couple of runes for each one. So we'll just put the runes away. As long as they counted. Let's have a look in Botania. Did you count my runes? You did count my runes. So I need fire, earth, air, and mana. I'll do the rest off camera. And there's our final rune. This one happens to be the rune of air. I've already made the rune of mana. So just a brief note in here. A couple of things may stim you a little bit. And that is basically... Whoops, I don't need the chicken in there. 2 things. One for the rune of air, you need a feather. And the other one is for the... rune of earth, I think. You need nether wart. Feathers, make some chicken bait. It's like this. It's two seeds left and right like that in the crafting grid. Put that down and then walk away, and it will actually spawn a chicken for you, because again, we're not in the open world, so we need some way of spawning them. The other thing is the nether wart, and just throw a red mushroom specifically on top of the atomic reconstructor, and that will make it. I think it's that, and that also you also need a mushroom for one of the other ones. You need the brown mushroom, so both of those will come from your witch water setup, which is kind of handy and well thought out, so that's pretty good. So yeah, that's everything done on that quest, and we'll just take that experience levels, thank you very much. And then that sort of unlocks pretty much the rest of the different kind of flowers. So there's the thermal lily up here, floating thermal lily, and hovering hourglass. And yep, since my lava generator is pumping out the hot and ready, it might be a smart idea to convert some into mana. Yes, that's exactly what we want to do. It gives you a fluid placer, because you need to be able to basically gather the lava, well, dump the lava near the thermal lily, and it then gets it basically uses it up. So we need to think about that. Floating thermal lily then, that's tends to be a thermal lily, but then modified. So let's just see, thermal lily. Yeah, so that's a regular thermal lily, and then a floating, well, any floating flower, which is pasture seeds, the flower, whatever it is, and dirt. So pasture seeds is just some grass into basically a mana pool. So that's going to be straightforward to do. I think I have my shears somewhere. Yeah, and some bone meal. A little bit of bone meal. Give me some bone meal. There. Okay, and then we'll get just that sorted out with just some grass through here, I think. Yep. And we'll get a free flower while we're at it. There we go, there's our grass. Throw them in the mana pool. It sounds like the mana has stopped being produced, so we need to perhaps go and throw more fuel on the fire there. Okay, so that's 3 of the pasture seeds. And just throw 3 blocks over there. Again, I'm not going to worry about automating it just yet. I probably will do once I get to the thermal lily. So we just need a dirt and then some flowers. So let's just get some dirt from over here, assuming I have some left. Yeah, I do have enough for 3. I'm just going to grab 3 just in case that's enough. And finally, just the flowers, I think. So we'll just grab whatever's convenient. Yeah, just 3 of those. And is that everything? 2 and 3? No, clearly not. Okay, why won't it take pasture seeds, dirt? Pasture seeds, dirt. So clearly it does not like that. 1 second. It's slightly different. It just needs glimmering, which is basically just a couple of glowstones, and then that will give us everything we need. So floating yellow flower. There we go. We'll just create 1 for now, and then we should be able to just, well, we've got 1 anyway, so we just need a thermal lily now. So the thermal lily itself. And what is that? That's going to be a Petalopaca 3 recipe. So we need rune of fire and earth. That's why we made them. A couple of orange and 1 red. I may need to generate more flowers soon, but that should be straightforward. So let's just get those. Hopefully I've got some red left. So do I have red? No. Okay. We do have some orange though, so I'll just take the orange and put both of those in. And we'll just make sure I grab my bucket. Where's my bucket gone? In my backpack? 1 bucket's in there anyway. There we go. So 1, 2. And then we need, what was it? The other 2 things? Fire and earth. 1 fire. Earth's got to be in my inventory. Yeah, it is. Good. So 1 of those and 1 of those. There's 4 things in there, and now we just need the red. So I need to go and use some either floral fertilizer or duplicate up some other way. 1 second. Okay, there we go. 1 set of seeds, 1 thermal lily, which we can then just add to our floating. What did I not make the floating thing? Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay, let's just make the floating thing. So 1, 2, and those are the pasture seeds. There we go. Floating yellow flower and the thermal lily gets us the floating thermal lily, which is what it needs for that quest. And the hovering hourglass, depending on how you pronounce your H's, Looks to be straightforward. Mana glass, that just needs regular glass. So a couple of pieces of glass and some mana steel, which I've already got in my inventory, some gold and some redstone. So let's just eat and we should be good to go there. So let's just get that. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get some of you as well. Another piece of iron and a couple of pieces of glass. Okay, that should be everything we need. Okay, so the glass can go in. The iron I don't actually need, but I will just make an extra one. And then that should be enough to get the hourglass. Okay, there we go. That's both of those. There isn't a second page, so we get a fluid placer and an overgrowth seed. That's good. So, yeah, thermal is conceived. Yeah, so I need to get the timing right. That's exactly what the ring hourglass is for. Basically, it's like a timer block. You can set it to different delays before it actually, before you actually dump another set of lava next to it. So that's fine. And we've got that going. So that's that side of things done. We'll take the fluid places as well. And then there's a couple of things. The munch dew. So fine. I don't need normally to process the leaves from my tree farm into water because I've got infinite water. The other thing I'm using the leaves for is to just generate more witch water, however. So I guess we could just put an endeavour there to generate the water that way. So we don't actually need the leaves from it anymore. But we could feed them into a munch dew. Yeah, I'm not concerned with that. Evolved orchid, that's another way of getting ores. So if that's unless that's absolutely needed, I don't really need it. Snack size, Gormarilis. Okay, and that feeds food to it and generates mana. All basically mana generating options. I'm just going to leave the Thermalily alone for the moment, and we'll set that up and see if that works. However, you'll notice that down here we now have this quest available. This is the important one, the terrestrial agglomeration plate that leads onto Terrasteel, and you need a block of Terrasteel to make the diamond pickaxe, or to make the precursor to the diamond pickaxe. So terrestrial agglomeration plate it is, and lapis lazuli blocks are easy. So just the terrestrial, hard to pronounce, agglomeration plate. It's just going to need some lapis lazuli, it's going to need a block of mana steel, and it's going to need one of each of the runes. Good thing that we went and, you know, just made them. So I'm going to need some more iron, and that's not much more else. I think we've got pretty much everything else. So I'm going to need some blocks of blocks of lapis. So why don't I just make those now? Maybe that'll be enough. And then what else was it? Mana steel, lapis lazuli, and everything else. So I am going to need more iron converted. Let's just convert all of that over. Hopefully I have enough mana to actually last this out, but otherwise, fine. Block of mana steel, and do we have everything we need? We just need the runes now, so I need to grab them from the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just dump some of this stuff in the chest. There we go. Okay, terrestrial agglomeration plate's done. We have some lapis lazuli blocks. We're at 4. We think we still need 4. Yeah, 4 and then 5 living rock. Now you need to make this into a sort of structure, and we don't really have that much room. We really don't have that much room. So I'm just going to put it here for now. So we need to just rip up the floor. Sorry, but you're going to have to come up. Fine. It's not quite as efficient to put them next to each other, but it should still work. So let's just actually get them continually charging. Okay. And I should get a shovel out here, but we don't really need it. So, from memory, is it... yeah, I think it's going to be... I should look in the book. I can never remember the right pattern. Where's the book? There's the book. Is there a searchability? View online, show notes, add bookmark, no. Yes, I want to get through all of that. Back. I want the index. Where's the index? Index. Okay, so terrestrial. Terrasteel, maybe it'll be in that. Yeah, there we go. So we have 5... including the one in the middle. So it is just basically a cardinal like that. Then the living rock. and then the agglomeration plate on top. There we go. So that's everything that agglomeration plate needs, apart from mana, which we don't have a lot of. And it needs quite a bit of mana to generate Terrasteel. Now, if I remember rightly, Terrasteel is just Terrasteel. It is just the agglomeration plate. So yeah, it's mana steel, mana pearls, mana diamond, and mana basically on this. And it shows me the recipe here. I should have gone through that. Normally it wouldn't show you multi-plot recipes like that, but hey, it's just my luck. So to do that, we need to get them onto this plate, and I need to get some stuff there. So in order to do this, we're probably going to have to think about maybe if I just bring that up, replace this with rock, and then we'll go through and see if we can sort out some kind of lava setup, at least get started. So I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to grab my end of tank. Yes, it was being used for canola. I'm not going to worry about canola just yet. I'll actually just go for lava. So I'll get one from there. And again, because I haven't got AE2 set up yet, I don't really need the AE2 power side of things. So you can just get you. There we go. Okay, I'm going to leave that channel as is, and I'm just going to change the colors on it. So we just need to put these down for a minute, and I'm just going to put red on the middle one. Well, on the first one, that'll do. So you'll see the empty, they're on a different channel now. They're both on the same channel, but on a different channel than the canola. So let's just grab both of them. And we'll put one downstairs in place of this. I have some lava here, I guess, but we're just going to put it down in the corner. There we go. That should fill up with all available lava. It should empty out of these. And I guess we can just put this back there, and then I can just grab my crescent hammer and change this to feed out. And let's make sure that this extra is being used up. And then we have lava. We can then basically dump it into a fluid placer. We need to change this mode from deactivation though, otherwise it's just going to continually shove a load of fluid down whenever it can do. So we're going to need to change that a little bit. I just want to get some sticks from downstairs. Just one stick it'll do, in fact. I'll get a stack. I would if my inventory wasn't full. There we go, and we'll just make a redstone torch. And you can stay there. Then I just need to go and set this up correctly. So let's just go here. So pulse, I think is probably going to be the right one. And then we want to probably put this behind here. Yeah, fluid placer. I'm going to initially just empty it like that. And it should feed into whatever's next to it. It doesn't have to be on top to do that. So you can have things quite nice and compact. But you see, it's not placing from the front here, or at least it won't do until we pulse. So that's where we need the, there it is, this hovering hourglass. It's mining level wood, really? Okay, so if we put this down, I think you control this with sand, if I remember rightly. You just need to put that thermal lily down first of all, so this will absorb it. And I think that is sand. Yeah, let's just go and get some sand. It's an hourglass, so sand's kind of obvious. But yeah, that may not be obvious if you haven't used it before. I think it has up to 8 or 16, so let's just grab 16 and let's see. It probably goes up to a full stack, you know me. Let's just give this a go at 16. That looks too fast. That looks way too fast. Why don't we see whether it can go up to 64? Okay, and we may have to time this to see what's the kind of appropriate. The alternative is you create a timer, which is more accurate. Do we have the timer? We do not have a timer in the pack. That's why it's giving us the hourglass. Fine, I guess. If you're gonna be like that, fine. What's the maximum? The maximum looks to be quite a while. In fact, I can't tell. I presume that's for. So I've got 16 in my inventory. Can I empty this? I can. Yeah, so it is full stack. Good. All right, so we'll have that go through, and then it should dump out a load of lava. That should then get absorbed by the thermal lily, and then get put into the mana pool as we expect. So hopefully that's automated. I'll wait and cut forwards, and let's see if it works. So here it is. It's coming up to turning over, and that should issue a pulse if I remember right. It's been about a year since I used one of these things. There it goes. So it issues a pulse. And the thermally is hopefully deciding to actually absorb it. It seems to be just ignoring it for now. Do we have to put this on top? I wonder. Oops, that could have destroyed it. Will you absorb? I thought it absorbed. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, okay, so let's just leave that alone for now. Let's just grab that back. And let's see if that actually does anything. I don't want any more to actually go out while I'm just testing this. And let's just see what it says here. So thermally. Converted my thermals, floating form should keep them out of the way of any accidents. My book says thermals will consume lava even when the buffer is full. So now I don't waste large amounts. I need to get the timing right. Fine, except it's not absorbing the lava. Yeah. So I'll leave it alone for a while. Let's see if that actually does anything. Otherwise, I'll just plant an actual thermal lily down. We'll actually go and make one, and let's see if that actually is any comparison to the floating version. Okay, I did do a bit of checking. It is possible to get this to work quite easily. It's just that these thermal lilies have a cooldown period. So they have a cooldown period of like 5 minutes or so from what I could be able to find, with like a 45-second feeding time after that. So instead of sand, which adds a second per sand, I added soul sand to this, which is 1 minute per soul sand. So this is a 6-minute timer, at which point it will pulse and then provide basically more lava. Now, if you add lava too soon, i.e. if you add it while this is still in its cooldown period, it'll reset and go through the cooldown period again. So you've got to have this set correctly for this to work. This is looking like it's not to the point because it's not absorbed yet, but it's still on its cooldown, I'm almost sure. So we'll wait for that to absorb, and we should hopefully see some particle effects. In the meantime, that should be working now. So 6 soul sand and that, and let's hope that starts. And we've got some mana pools here. When you get some sparks from the quest for Botania, here you get 3 sparks. I just put one down over the mana pool and one down over the plate. If I remember rightly, they share mana between them. It's been a while, but I think they do. There are different versions of sparks that let you preferentially send mana one way and all kinds of other stuff, but I'm not going to worry about that immediately. I'm just going to get everything up and running. And we'll see where we get to from there. So that's Botania's main mechanics out of the way. Largely just waiting for mana. There are a few other things that we can make with it. In particular, it's asking on the left-hand side, it says like you got quests for ring of magnetization. Well, we've already got a magnet, so I don't need that. But we get a band of mana as a reward, so maybe it is worthwhile doing for that. And then the catalyst, of course, which we need to make as well. So yeah, a few things. And the reproducing flowers, I'm not going to worry about just yet. So that's fine. So how about the magnet stuff? Band of magnetization is a magna lens magnetizing, which is a regular mana lens, which is just glass. Yeah, this seems to be very, very straightforward, in fact. So I just need like 9 iron and a glass pane and a piece of gold. I will happily take that if we get a ring of mana from it. Let's just see. So 9 iron, a piece of gold, and a pane of glass. I've put down the miscellaneous crates in the corners here. I think I've got a pane of glass somewhere. If not, we can make them. It's a glass cover, not quite the same thing. Panes of glass. Yeah, panes of glass. Then we'll just get mana lens there. Oh, we need more mana. There. More mana steel first. Let's go and grab that. Yeah, there we go. That has turned over and is still not absorbed. Or maybe it has. I'll leave it alone anyway and maybe increase the timer a little bit more. Maybe I'm doing something wrong there. Someone tells me. I'm sure I can test it out another way. And, yeah. Oh, hang on. Was that it? Absorbing. Thought I heard a sound there. Never mind. Back onto the ring magnetization then. We want this lens. So, mana lens is going to be through here. There we go. And I'm going to need just one more iron. Gold and iron. And then there's a magnet ring. So from that, we have a greater ring of magnetization. I presume that's just a longer range. But I'll take this quest because we get the Ring of Mana from it. And then we can probably get a greater Ring of Mana from that as well once I actually have enough stuff. So are you dumped on the floor? I don't need... Well, Band of Mana I'll keep. Ring of Magnetization I don't need. So use this. Yeah, so this with 1 Terrasteel gets us the greater Band of Mana. And it's just a way of storing mana. You can grab it from the pool using this. All you need to do is grab your Wand of the Forest. And you can change the pool direction. If you have a look here, if I shift right click, that basically donates mana away from the pool. This absorbs mana into the pool. So if we drop something in there now, it will go into the pool. Otherwise, it'll drain away. So yeah, that's useful to do. And the sound I heard was fireworks in the background. So if you can hear fireworks in the background, sorry, that's my end, not in game. All right, that should be it for today, I think, mostly through Botania. Next episode, we're going to go through AE2 and perhaps convert over some of our systems into AE2, and then hopefully see how far we get towards that diamond pickaxe. So there's Botania, and if anyone's got any comments or maybe questions about the thermal lily, I'll do some more experiments off camera, and I'll come back with corrections at the start of the next episode. That's the whole thing in theory, but the practice may well be different. All right, as normal, guys, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time for some more Breakout. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Feel free to put comments down below for everyone else who is actually playing through the game, and we'll see you next episode for some more Breakout. As always, thanks for watching. Bonus segment. Yes, you need to have the thermal lily at the same level as it. Yeah, I was kind of hoping with it being basically 1 level up that wouldn't apply, but if I just, I want to get rid of you first. Can we just get rid of this and put some stone down just temporarily? Yeah, we probably can. Okay, and if I just break you and put down the thermal lily in its place, it shouldn't get used up. Yep, because it absorbs. That's good. That's exactly what we want. And you can hear that thing going mad in the background. So I want to just set a 6-minute timer. That's generating a lot more mana. So yeah, that is all now working. Only bonus if you watched this late in the episode. Thanks a lot for watching.